Out of the way, I next need to undo these 5 screws here and also remove the water drawer and its housing. With the screws removed on this side, the next thing I need to do is to remove the water container housing. So disconnect the hose and then ease the water container out of its position. And the hose will just lift up with it. With the housing out the way, the next thing I need to do is to remove the heater cover by undoing the screws that hold it in place. With the heater cover removed, the next thing I need to do is to remove the heater fan by undoing the nut that holds it into place. Next, loosen these 3 screws at the bottom. With those 3 screws loosened, I can now move the drum back a touch and drop the new belt around the drum. You can then use the belt as a handle to reposition the drum and then reattach the side rails to hold it into position. And now I need to reconnect the water drawer housing, making sure that the hose is in the right position. Feed that back through the drawer and then reposition the housing. Reconnect this hose, and then all I need to do is to feed this hose through the clip in the chassis and reposition in the sump. Next, retighten these bottom screws. And then reattach the 2 rails at the top. Then re-screw in the housing. Before reattaching the fan and the nut, as well as the heater cover. The next thing I need to do is to remove the fan cover and the condenser fan in order to be able to get the belt around the motor spindle. Just undo these 2 screws to remove the fan cover. To release the fan cover, I need to use a flat-headed screwdriver just to ease the clip away at the back. With the fan cover out of the way, I next need to remove the fan itself. And I do that by using a spanner, adjustable or small, to hold on to this flat edge of the motor spindle. That keeps it into position. You then remove this part and using a ratchet, undo the condenser fan screw. With the fan out the way, I can now work the belt over the motor spindle, rolling it into place. Like so. And the belt is held taut by this tension pulley here, and also the spring that connects the motor to the chassis. To be able to work it onto the tension pulley, just pull the motor